1 week ago exactly, I woke up to a beautiful winter morning. The morning of the supposed apocalypse. Now, I was fairly certain that the world would not be ending on this day, but I did know of two things that would. My school education, for the calendar year of 2012, and our musical Fiddler on the Roof. As Christmas/unspecified holiday time was near, we in performing arts classes did Secret Santa, and I may or may not have waited to buy mine until that morning. Regardless, I got to school and went about my stress-free, mostly holiday fun-filled classes. Now, if you are not, or never have been a theater kid, you might not understand the joy and sadness that I felt on this day. It was over. 3 weeks of grueling 2.5-hour shows done with on that night. Naturally, we celebrated in the only way that hyper-crazy talent kids can. Synchronized dance. Yet, even through the partying, the nostalgia of it all started to hit me. That tonight was it. But I didn't have time for that now. We gotta go, we gotta run. I have senior gifts to set up and things to do. I've gotta go. Today is not over for me yet. Then showtime. Curtain at 7, waiting backstage for everyone to get ready. Final sign-in, final speeches, final show, final makeup. Final time I would be with half these people, who come next fall would leave me for the adventure of college. And through the whole show, the one thing I couldn't stop thinking about was YOLO, and how grossly misused this word is, and how I could easily define my day with YOLO, but in the way I view the word. YOLO is not supposed to mean, go out and make your bad choices while you still can so you can regret them later. It doesn't mean take what you have in vain and waste it on pointless memories. It doesn't mean screw tomorrow and the consequences it will bring. It simply means you are a privileged person, with opportunities most don't even get the chance at. You're surrounded by wonderful people who care about you. Don't get caught up in making the show perfect, because otherwise when it's all done, you're gonna realize you missed out on enjoying the amazingness of the cast. It means enjoy the fleeting world around you before the curtain closes on it. And above all, it means look around you. Look. You get the chance to be here, to see this amazing world around you. Don't waste it. Soak up every moment you can, so when it's done, you can look back and not regret enjoying life more. And that's what I'm proud to say I did on that night. When we all had to say goodbye to something. Back in reality, the show ended at 9:30. Senior awards, final goodbyes and good jobs, families and most of our community all there to say well done. And then it was done. Mountains of chairs placed back into storage, people gone, leaving only the cast who were still trying to hold on to that magical feeling. And then the set was torn down. It had to be done that night from 10 p.m. until the wee hours of the morning, for someone else had to come and use our magical space for themselves. And as I watched them tear down that god-forsaken moving wheel 1,000-pound houses of death, I almost wanted to cry. To cry for the fleeting time which passed me by without my own recognition or knowledge. The night after, not even 24 hours later, I went into the theater, and the set was gone. And the mural of the small village of Anatevka had left us, replaced by a new backdrop, which, like the characters in the show, left it behind. So suddenly. I felt a pang of loss, but that's the price you pay when you do theater, much with life. You leave behind, and you get left behind. But as I walked in the cold winter air out to my car, I realized how happy I was to have gotten the opportunity to perform and simply be around so many amazing people, many of which I owe my sanity to through those long shows. And I can say that I am the most proud of myself for taking that small moment during our final fleeting show to, for lack of a better word, YOLO. Because what I will remember about that show is not how many times we messed up dances, how many lines were dropped, how many times we ran those god-forsaken houses into the stage, how many audience members applauded, or how many problems we had as a group. What I'll remember is how I felt, and how it felt to be a part of something which I can't describe with words. And they say in your life, home is where the people who care about you most are. Well, I can tell you one thing about that. They'd be right. Happy New Year. Cheers, everybody.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.